Good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Taylor Stephenson with 13 News Now. Here's your tropics update as of 8 a.m. on August the 7th. We are still tracking Tropical Storm Debby, struggling at the moment, but now over the warm Atlantic waters just offshore of Charleston this morning. We are still seeing an increase of moisture here in the mid-Atlantic, so we're seeing cloud cover and a few isolated showers this morning that will transition to tropical downpours by the afternoon. As of 8 a.m., Debby is still a weak tropical storm. Winds up to 45 miles an hour sustained with gusts up to 60. But the problem with Debby is that it's starting to stall out even further. Our northeast movement is only at 4 miles per hour at the moment, meaning that it's slowing down even further. This is why most of the Carolina coast down in the parts of Georgia are super concerned about the flooding potential for today. Forecast to make a second landfall in South Carolina before moving up towards the mid-Atlantic. We would be on this right side of Debby's storm. Now, this puts us in the zone for potential severe weather as it passes us as a tropical depression. By Friday morning, downgraded to a tropical depression of 35 miles per hour before heading through parts of the Northeast and into Canada by the weekend. So by the weekend, we should start to see some more sunshine here in the mid-Atlantic, but that comes after some very heavy rainfall and the potential for some tornadoes. So right now, tropical storm warnings in effect anywhere from the extreme southern parts of the North Carolina coast all the way down into extreme northern Florida. We are seeing a tropical storm watch in effect just south of the Outer Banks. So we'll keep an eye out for this as Debby tries to make its second landfall over the next day or so. The severe weather potential here in Hampton Roads in northeast North Carolina remains on the scattered risk, or level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather. That's because as the system swirls to our west, we can see some of those bands kicking up and spinning up some brief weak tornadoes. If you live in this yellow area, anywhere from extreme western parts of Virginia Beach into western parts of the peninsula out to the I-95 corridor and parts of northeast North Carolina, you are in that highest risk for seeing the potential for some brief spin-up tornadoes. In the green area, that potential still remains, but it is on the lower end. We also are watching for the potential for flash flooding with any tropical downpours we do have. This goes into effect tonight, Wednesday night, and rolls until Friday night as well. This is for the peninsula and south, all the way out into parts of south central Virginia. For tomorrow into Friday, that risk for extreme flash flooding is mainly for interior North Carolina out to its coast and parts of northeastern South Carolina. We will have that likely risk here in Hampton Roads in northeast North Carolina starting on Thursday, and that will continue through Saturday morning as Debby again passes up and goes up the I-95 corridor. So let's walk you through what you can expect over the next couple of days. Isolated showers are in place for earlier this morning and will continue through the rest of the morning on Wednesday before transitioning into tropical downpours right around lunchtime. With the cloud cover, with the rain, temperatures at best for highs today will be below normal in the lower to middle 80s. The rain will be off and on, so you may get a break in the rain before your next tropical downpour starts. Today, the rain will remain more on the scattered side, but by tonight becoming more widespread as Debby tries to slowly move to the north. Tomorrow is when we introduce the opportunity for some severe weather. It's with these outer bands that may spin up a little bit, so we'll watch for the morning, but the best chance to see that brief isolated tornado risk is going to be during the afternoon and evening. That's because we'll have a little bit more energy from the sun to get these storms going. Tomorrow afternoon, just like today, highs at best in the lower to middle 80s because of the cloud cover and because of those rain chances. We'll continue with off and on tropical downpours through Thursday night into Friday morning as well. So basically, say goodbye to the sun here in the mid-Atlantic until parts of the weekend. We also are looking at some breezy conditions. The good news is wind gusts are on the lowest end threat for us here in Hampton Roads in Northeast North Carolina. So we'll see some wind gusts by tomorrow morning up to about 35, 36 miles an hour. We could see some isolated gusts as high as 40, but it will be a very breezy day on Thursday with wind gusts across the area anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour. Once that system starts to pass to the north, we'll get some gusty winds Friday morning up to about 35 to 40 miles an hour before we bring those wind gusts down on Friday evening as Debby continues its trek to the north. The problem is we already have saturated ground. Over the past 12 to 18 hours, we've already picked up 1 inch to 4 inches of rain. So on top of those totals, we're going to add another inch of rain near the coast to possibly 6 inches plus as you get closer to I-95. So the risk again for flash flooding is there, especially on top of the fact that places like Hampton Roads in Northeast North Carolina, including the Outer Banks, are already flood prone areas across parts of the U.S. So make sure you turn around, don't drown if you encounter any flooded roadways. And again, for the tornado potential, make sure you have multiple ways to receive weather alerts, whether that's downloading the 13 News Now app or having your NOAA radio handy. We also are tracking one other area in the Atlantic. This is one in parts of the extreme southern Caribbean Sea, but this has a very low chance of development over the next 7 days. Only a 10% chance of development with its development area near parts of the Yucatan Peninsula. For all updates on the tropics, head to 13newsnow.com, especially for the latest on Debby and how it may impact Hampton Roads in Northeast North Carolina and the Mid-Atlantic. For 13 News Now, I'm meteorologist Taylor Stephenson.